Hello, welcome back for another Fifth Street review. I am still Sheree. I am still at Fantastic Fest, and I am caffeinated as a bitch. So I hope you have your captions on. That's all I know to say about that. Anywho, as I throw my computer around, I'm here today to talk to you about Shelby Oaks because it's finally happening and it's finally Fantastic Fest, and I laid my eyeballs on it, and it's everything I wanted it to be, and then some. As I keep adjusting my computer, we're in this now. We're together. This is intimate. I I might pop a couple spoilers because I don't know myself, and this is pretty unscripted because again I'm a chaos queen. I'm an air sign. It's a lot of things we should go to therapy about. Here we are though. If you don't know what Shelby Oaks is, the synopsis reads: a woman's desperate search for her long lost sister falls into obsession upon realizing that the imaginary demon from her childhood may have been real. I can read. Anywho's, off rip, this is not found footage. You kids, I know you like to yell at people, specifically Late Night with the Devil and other people who say found footage, and they mean a mixture of kinds of things. So like, I've seen you run at creators. So we're gonna rip that band-aid right now. The found footage in this movie is used to propel the story. It's used to get it jump started because the missing woman was a person who did creepy content with her friends, and things went badly, and she disappeared. And so like our investigation with the sister Mia is actually like within the world. It's not, I have a camera and I'm looking for answers. There's a little bit of mockumentary vibes. It's a mixture of so many things, but I just think that if you are a person who wants found footage the whole runtime, you're gonna want to throw hands. So like, please release that, shake it out, loosen it up, and get ready for a fun time. Thank you. This hit me in my feels because I related to Mia, this woman played by Camille Sullivan, who wants answers. Because when you lose a loved one and you don't have answers, it does bother you. It does feel like there's a big part of you that needs closure and you can't get it. And you do kind of spiral a little bit, and the people who don't understand. And so I love that we have this character who feels very real for these circumstances. I know that like things are going to happen and pop the fuck off. But, like, she was really good about leading us in. Because I'm like, I have so much empathy for this woman. I want to hold her hand and also go, yeah, the cops are bullshit. Yeah, nobody's investigating. I'm so sorry. Your sister with the bad wigs is gone for so many years. And you are just wandering around looking for this thing that nobody else cares about anymore. They've moved on and you can't. Camille Sullivan's performance drives this bitch. Like, it really does. She's really great. I don't know if I've seen her before, and that's on me. I gotta do better about paying attention to people. But, like, if this is also your possible first entry to her, I think that we are all gonna be up in her resume, because what else is she doing? Because this was really fucking good. And it's her story. Her sister's missing, obviously. So, like, only one that can hold it down. She even has the standard horror husband who's not supportive and is kind of gaslighting her while she's trying to like share with him these things that are supernatural that she's been holding on to forever, because like a lot of found footage movies, there's also some of that trauma that you couldn't share with your parents and the adults because they would have just told you you're not seeing what you saw. And so there's layers to this bitch, and her investigation takes some like twisty turns, and we get into some creepy shit. There's creepy shit on the footage that people didn't see the first 500 times they watched it. This movie is one of the few movies this year that I've seen so far, because again, we're only in September, wow. It's one of the few movies this year that understands the art of the scare and the art of the oh fuck without it being Blue's Cluesy. I should elaborate on that, but you know what I mean, because a lot of movies are like, he's right behind you, Steve, and we're like, why? This is more like, here's the footage and we slowed it down, what is this? Zoom in, and you're like, what is it? And I appreciate that. I think that this is bringing so much dread and so much creep and so many things that I just fucking love in a movie, because again, you have to make it interesting. You have to make it cool. If you can't scare us, and we're hard to scare. We see a lot of shit. But if you can just be like, oh, what the fuck is that? And I know this was effectively scary because I was giggling and kicking my feet like a ghoul, and my friends were reacting to it around me. There was lots of grabbing and screaming and bitch whats, and so I know it's doing its job, and I'm just broken. I really, really do love the scares that we see and we hear. I also just, again, I really, really love the way that this tension creeps up, because we know bad choices have been made. We see them being made, and then we see just how bad these choices are, and it's like, oh fuck, girl. And I also love that even when it gets to the places where you're like, this has to happen, right? It's like, I have one more fucked up surprise up my sleeve. I I really love the pacing, and again, it was just like a forever eerie vibe. It was a forever creepy. Is that Forever 21, if you will? Chris Stuckmann really like landed that vibe. He landed that pacing. He landed this world that is just like dark and mysterious. It's almost like a fairy tale gone fucking wrong. And I almost gave some things away. I'm not going to give away, but there are some characters who you could also see in maybe some Grimm's fairy tales along the way, even though it's not doing that on purpose, I feel. But stock characters are stock characters, and if you make them more fucked up, we're all going to clap, and that's what we got here. That being said, it does feel at times like a few ideas stitched together. I didn't mind that as much because all of them were unsettling and disturbing, and it ended up getting us our end game, which was an end game that I did not see coming until almost the last possible second, and I am a bitch who predicts things all the time, and so I saw where it was going, and it was like, we're gonna go there, but also, did you know we're gonna do this too? And they're like, oh fuck. There's a lot of blood, a lot of teeth, a lot of things that I cannot wait for people to see and experience. Yeah. Aside from that, and like some wig work we gotta talk about, and again, I don't understand people's budgets. We have to start making sure the wig department gets more money though. We have to, because like before baby girl got snatched, I was like, you're in danger, girl. And then she did get snatched, and I was like, did we ever fix that wherever you went, if you're still with us? I don't know. But anyways, that's what I know about that. I really digs this movie. I've waited years for it, and so I'm happy that it did not disappoint, because we wait years for some movies, and it's the worst thing that ever happened to us. This was not that. Shelby Oaks was actually that girl, and I'm really happy they took their time with it instead of yeeting it out, because they had some feedback and they went back and tweaked some things. And those tweaks, I think, make the difference, because I don't know what that original cut looked like. But anywho's, I'm giving her 3.5 Shelby Old Fashions, because she deserves a name that's close enough to her things, and that's what I found on the internet, and I would like to try one today. I'm going to see what I can do about that. Catch Shelby Oaks when it finally hits theaters in October. The date keeps moving around, so I'm not going to commit to a number and be called a liar. If you caught her at Fantastic Fest and you also fucking liked her, let me know. If you didn't like her, let me know respectfully. We can have a disagreement. That's fine. You just have to be cool about it. And I want to send a shout out to Fantastic Fest for letting me in. I'm sorry I'm a caffeinated, chaotic queen, but I hope that this review will help some of you make the choice to see this bitch and evaluate her with what you know and what you don't know. And let me know, because I'm nosy. Anywho's, that's what I got right now. I gotta go finish this caffeine and be a bigger problem. And then I'm gonna see some more movies. Yeah. Stay fierce out there. Bye.